Man, when did y'all get here? Welcome to Keyboards at Christmas. Hey, I got a new friend I want to introduce you to. Back here on the Hammond organ, this is my good friend Wyatt Kinney. And here to sing tonight about all the nuances and the quirky things about Christmas in West Texas is our good friend Josh Jackson.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. All the cotton's done baling, that's cow poop you're smelling, it fills up the air. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all. Those warm winter greetings and hot family meetings, why is the AC off? It's the happiest season of all. There'll be parties for hosting and brisket for roasting and caroling out in the dirt. There'll be brave cowboy stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. Hey Johnny, can I get some help here?
It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much tank top wearing, my grandmother's glaring, but it's 85 here. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Play me some, Charles. Lots of wind blowing and ice will be glowing, 'cause Lord knows it cannot just snow. There'll be bacon-wrapped apricots at the staff Christmas party. It's the reason I go. Sing with me, Josh. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be keyboards at Christmas, year 10 at First Baptist, it's finally here. It's the most wonderful time, yes, the most wonderful time, oh, the most wonderful time of the
My name's Charles Whitehead.
Josh Jackson.
My name's Johnny Hughes. I am originally from Nacogdoches, Texas, but I've lived in Lubbock, Texas for 12 years now.
I'm from Dallas, Texas. I've lived in Lubbock since 2010.
I'm from Auckland, New Zealand.
I've been at every Keyboards at Christmas. I have not been a keyboardist for all those years. The first 2 years I was mainly MC. And then the third year, Johnny Hughes very graciously invited me on stage, and then he kept me on stage, which was also very gracious and kind of him.
I have been involved with Keyboards at Christmas since day one. Me and Charles and Stephen met in Ken's office to figure out what in the world we could do with all these piano giftings in our church, and so we came up with Keyboards at Christmas back in 2014. My favorite thing about working with Josh is probably the fact that at every rehearsal and then by the time we get to the show, because of his inherent wit, because of the way that he views things and the ways that he's gifted, nothing ever looks exactly the same. Everything has a new twist on it at every turn.
I love working with Josh because of his high energy, his enthusiasm.
Many of the moments that seem improvised the night of Keyboards at Christmas are. And that's not from a lack of preparation. It's just the fact that he's able to think so cleverly in the moment and either gets the laugh or tugs on the heartstring in just the right way.
He's a real team player, and I feel every year that he brings something new to this event.
I so admire him for that.
He's a freak in the best possible way.
I so admire the way that he's just always stretching himself, and then since we're partnering together in Keyboards at Christmas, he stretches all of us.
The greatest classically trained pianist I've ever been around.
I've admired him for years and years, and every year my admiration for him as a musician and as a person just it grows more and more.
Just world class, truly world class. My favorite thing about working with Johnny is he is so gracious and so kind.
Johnny is a special kind of musical talent. He always brings his very best, and his very best is something special.
He leads very well. He puts in a lot of work for keyboards. He starts thinking about keyboards as soon as the last keyboards is done.
He's always positive about the way things are going, even if we're having problems.
Being invited to be part of the ride with him leading the way has always just been, it's always been very sweet.
It's a joy to work with Johnny. Just a joy.
Welcome to our 10th Keyboards at Christmas, everybody. Each and every one of you, we wish you a Merry Christmas. I'm going to play some music on the piano now. I'd like to start with a song. It's the title track off an album by Kathy Mattea called Good News. And I'll be following that with what I'm calling the Star Child medley, beginning with the very well-known song When You Wish Upon a Star, followed by the Star Carol, and then an original composition by Carla Bley, who was an American jazz composer, passed away this year at the age of 85. And her piece is called Jesus Maria. Jesus Maria is actually the name of a young boy who, in the lyrics of the song, comes home from school crying. And the song lyrics tell from the perspective of the mother, who's trying to console and give comfort to her son by describing to him the significance of Jesus and Mary and what they did and why they're important to us today. Hope you enjoy.
jolly happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of gold. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know he came to life one day. Must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. For when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say that he could laugh and play the same as you and me. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, over the hills of snow. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, over the hills of snow. Snowman knew the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run and we'll have some fun now before I melt away. Down through the village with a broomstick in his hand, running here and there all around the square, saying, catch me if you can. He led on down the streets of town right to the traffic cop. He only paused a moment when they heard him holler. Snowman had to hurry on his way, but he waved goodbye saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, over the hills of snow. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, over the hills of snow. Thank you very much. Man, you guys are a great crowd already, I can tell. Thank you so much for coming out to Keyboards at Christmas on this beautiful December night, for indulging us in the most wonderful time of the year in West Texas. You West Texas natives, we mean no offense. It's just some things we've noticed that are kind of goofy about where we live. So thanks for playing along with that. Man, it's such a gift to get to play with these men. These extremely talented and gifted men. Another great thing that's great about Keyboards at Christmas is all the fun toys we have on stage to play with. One that I'm about to play right now is called a Fender Rhodes. It's over here to your left. The Fender Rhodes originated from a guy named Harold Rhodes, who was enlisted into World War II, and he made it his mission to rehabilitate soldiers who were injured in the war by teaching them to play an instrument. Now, he was a piano teacher, but I don't know how much you know about hospitals. There's not a whole lot of room to wheel pianos in and out of hospital rooms, so he made a miniature piano out of scrapped B-17 bomber parts so that these soldiers could learn to play an instrument. He brought good into a really tragic and painful, really sad situation, and I think, man, that just, to me, means that the Fender Rhodes belongs at Christmas. Because if there's ever a season of the year where we talk about good breaking in and making something beautiful, even in the midst of sorrow and grief and pain, it's Christmas time. I want to play a tune for you now. This is called Merry Christmas Baby. It's originally by Otis Redding. I took a few liberties with it myself, but yeah, this is Merry Christmas Baby. Merry nice. Merry Christmas, baby, you sure did treat me really nice. Buy me all those lovely things. I'll love you, baby, for the rest of my life. I feel mighty fine, y'all. I got music on my radio. I feel mighty fine, y'all. I got music on my radio. Feels like I'm gonna kiss you, standing neath the mistletoe. Santa came down the chimney, 3:30, y'all. Left all them good old presents for my baby and me. Merry Christmas, baby. Sure to treat me really nice. Bought all those good old presents. I love you, baby, for the rest of my life. Santa came down the chimney, 3:30, y'all. Left all them good old presents for my baby and me. Merry Christmas, baby. You sure did treat me really nice. Buy me all those lovely things, yeah. Love you, baby, for the rest of my life.
So over the years, we've developed some traditions at Keyboards at Christmas, and this next moment in our performance this evening is one of those moments that I look forward to every single year. This is our piano puzzler moment. If you've been here before, you kind of know how this game works. The three of us, sorry Wyatt, next year Wyatt's going to get to play. The three of us came with a Christmas carol, and we talked about that so we didn't duplicate the carols. But each of us has prepared a Christmas carol in the style of an artist that we thought we wanted to imitate. And we're going to guess. We legitimately do not know which artist each of us picked. And to help us guess, we would really actually like your help.
Yes, we would love for you guys to participate. We have no idea what the other person's going to do. Again, the only thing that we know is the carol, and Johnny and I talked backstage, and we've already forgotten what carols the other guys have picked, so good job us. But we would love your help. We'd love for you to help us figure out what the other guy is cooked up with.
Yeah, and I don't know if Kenny Maines is in the house. Last year, Kenny Maines swept the board. So, Kenny, if you're in here, you have to wait until everyone else has had a chance to guess this year.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go first then.
Go for it.
How about that? All right. You, James?
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Come to Bethlehem and see the Christ whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee, Christ the Lord, excelsis in excelsis Deo.
All right, yeah.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
All right. So Wyatt and I were discussing during that, and we don't know. We know Angels You Have Heard on High.
Sure.
We got that one because you sang the words, and so that was easy.
That one's easy. Yeah, that's a gimme.
But do you have any clue, Charles?
Well, we need to let them
That's
guess.
yeah. Do we have any guesses from the audience?
I bet we do. I bet we have some perceived.
we have a Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. You know
I
me
don't
well.
think
I
so.
think that was a joke. Fleetwood Mac, they got it.
Fleetwood Mac, man.
Fleetwood Mac.
That's it. That's it.
Which Fleetwood Mac song is that? For those who for them who don't know,
Because yeah,
it's what?
Rihanna.
Rihanna?
Rhiannon.
That's a R&B artist, right? I feel like I'm losing my mind.
I don't think
know.
I can go into
Generational
the
problem,
story
yeah.
of the song here.
Okay, cool. All right. I don't know.
Why don't you go?
Okay, I'll go.
Redeem us.
I am not going to. There won't be any singing for mine, so you just have to figure it out from what I play. I am also. I just want to say I'm sorry in advance.
I don't know what that means.
All right.
Well done.
Okay. All right. I have
Okay.
a
It
question.
sounds like Charles
question.
might know what it is. What is it?
Is there a movie involved in this?
There are several. But do we have any? Do you know at all, Johnny?
Nope.
Okay. Why you don't know? Wyatt listened to me play this earlier, and he did not know, which doesn't super surprise me. He's too young. Okay. Any guesses from the audience? We have Santa Claus is Coming to Town, which is correct.
Nailed it.
And somebody from the tech deck, I believe, James Moss said Star Trek, which, is that what you were going to guess? Yes, yeah. So it was the theme song from Star Trek The Next Generation and Santa Claus is Coming to Town. So,
Well done.
Yeah.
That's great.
I watched that. Thank you. Yeah, I worked really hard on that. So I'm glad. All right, Charles, you want to go?
Go.
sounds great.
Yeah. I think Wyatt had a guess.
I'm pretty sure I know what it is, Charles.
Okay, Wyatt, you're the man.
I'm pretty sure that the artist is Jimi Hendrix.
All right.
He's playing with me.
Sounds like a swing and a miss. Can you give us a clue?
Well, let's see. I could give you a clue. It's probably 80s, but I mean, that's just the way it is, man. Come on.
Okay. My 80s repertoire, unfortunately, has already been displayed. I don't know that very well. So, any other clues?
Someone else guess. I mean, Johnny, you haven't guessed.
I don't know, Led Zeppelin.
All right. It's a male singer, and that's just how it is. That's the way it is, actually.
Oh, yeah. I think
It is the way it is.
it is, yeah, it's just the way that it is, isn't it? Yeah.
The way it is, yeah.
Wyatt is completely
Okay.
dumbfounded.
Charles was like, y'all got to play dumb, and we had no idea what it was. It's been killing me. I was like, oh, I've played that solo before.
So, do we know, we've guessed what the song is.
Correct.
Have we guessed the carol that he played?
Oh.
Away in a
Away in a
Manger.
Manger.
Is that correct?
That
Yes.
is correct.
All right.
Okay.
Way to go.
All
Give
right.
yourself a round
Give
of
yourself a
applause.
round.
Now, I couldn't decide on my one, so I have a second one.
Okay.
Would y'all be up for one more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. Good. It's all good.
All right. I will say, it does not feel great whenever you're playing something and then suddenly people over here just like, oh, I know exactly what that is. And I'm like,
you don't?
I don't. Yeah. Why? I think both of us we don't know the artist, right? You don't?
No, I have no idea.
Okay, yeah, neither do I.
I think Charles knows it.
Just try.
I think I do.
Yeah?
So should we
But
give them
I
a
think
chance
let's
first?
give our audience an op. Oh, we have a discrepancy
Did somebody just
here.
say piano?
We have a discrepancy between Billy Joel and Elton John.
It is, in fact, Vienna by Billy Joel.
Oh,
Yeah.
Vienna is what you said. Sorry. I thought it said piano. I was like, well, yeah, but okay. All right.
Thanks for playing along, y'all. This was
Yeah,
fun.
thank you. Give yourselves a hand.
So as we get the evening moving along, I asked an old friend of ours to make a video, stop by, say hello. So why don't you check out the screens real quick?
Hello, my name is Stephen. I had the privilege and joy of getting to take part in the humble beginnings of Keyboards at Christmas with the phenomenally talented Charles Whitehead and the crazy creative Johnny Hughes. It was so much fun to see the three of us come up with ideas. One of our first routines was to rotate around various pianos, and it was so much fun getting to figure out the timing. Like, okay, I would play this part, and then someone else would rotate in and play this part, and then the other would rotate in and play this part, and just the amount of times we had to practice it to get the timing right, that honestly was so much fun in and of itself. And it's so cool to see how Keyboards at Christmas has grown from there to what it is now. Our language of celebration is through music. And to be able to put that to work through events like Keyboards at Christmas is incredible. Even here in France, where currently I serve as a missionary, I've been here with my beautiful wife, who's also a musician. We put on evangelism outreach concerts. We produce music. We compose music in French for the local French church because so many of the songs that they have to sing on Sunday mornings are translated. So it's nice to have, original music written in their language, for their language. And it's been a blessing to see how the Lord has been at work here. And if I can add a side note, we would covet your prayers as we continue to serve Him and to see the impact that something like music can have. And today, right here in the 21st century, it's an encouragement to be able to still follow along the journey that Keyboards at Christmas is still on. It's been a blessing to be a part of it, and so excited to see what these creative, crazy minds come up with next. Here's to, Lord willing, more keyboards at more Christmases with more crazy minds wanting to proclaim the gospel but have fun with their music.
Well, hello everybody. How's it going? Hope you guys are enjoying keyboards this year. Given that it's the 10th year of keyboards, I thought it would be very appropriate to write a song for the special occasion. And when I was trying to come up with what I was gonna write about, I had all these different ideas floating in my head. And then eventually I decided I really wanted to write a song about my favorite person in the whole wide world, my wife. And she's spectacular and wonderful, and in true Josh Jackson fashion, I finished writing the song at 1 a.m. this morning. So Johnny was very courteous in that video when he said that I just have so many creative ideas, but the other side of that coin is that I just am a major procrastinator. And if I could win a gold medal in procrastination, I would probably miss the deadline to apply. So, but my wife cannot be here tonight. She's not feeling well, and she's at home taking care of our super cute daughter. And I love you, and so this is a song called "You're Like Christmas Morning." You are the greatest gal to me, like every star on every tree. You make the whole room feel complete. Without you there, I'd feel defeat. I wish that I could make you see the way I see you here with me, but everything I did felt wrong, so instead I wrote this song. You're everything I want and more. You're cooler than a dinosaur, or rollerblades, or puppy paws, or even old dear Santa Claus. But if there's one thing that you do that I would like to get into, that even when I kinda smell, it's how you love me oh so well. You're like Christmas morning. You're like a house strung up with lights.
You're like Rudolph waking up to see a forecast that is full of foggy nights. You're like Christmas morning. You're like fresh snow in the yard. You're like when someone doesn't answer that their favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard. And every time I see you, I hear silver bells ring. 'Cause you're like Christmas morning. I have a theory in my head about the Grinch's thieving sled. What changed his heart was not a who, but instead because he met you. I also am quite confident what you could be, quite obstinate. You could make a heart reconfig and not grow 3 but 5 times big. You're cozy like a winter night. You make me feel all warm and bright. You always make my spirits lift. You simply are the greatest gift. You're greater than a BB gun or a ring that's a diamond runner, a new sled or a football or a Turbo Man action doll with the arms and legs that move and the boomerang shooter and the rock and roller jacket pat and the realistic voice activator that says 5 different phrases, including "It's turbo time." Accessories sold separately, batteries not included. You're like Christmas morning, and I simply cannot deny. You're even better than the feeling that I get when I read that Tiny Tim did not die. You're like Christmas morning. You take away all my blues. You're like turning on the radio and never listening to Christmas shoes. And every time I see you, I hear jingle bells jing. There's a hope on Christmas Day that permeates through the soul. It's a hope that brings you peace and makes this broken world whole. But I don't have to wait till December to have that feeling feel so near, because you make that hope feel close every single day of the year. You're like Christmas morning, and I feel it deep down in my bones. You're even better than if the Dallas Cowboys got rid of Jerry Jones. You're like Christmas morning, and I'm so glad that I'm your guy, because when I'm with you, I start to believe in magic that makes reindeer fly. And every time you're near me, I hear sleigh bells ring, 'cause you're like Christmas morning. Thank you so very much. And would you please welcome back to the stage for a second time this evening, Mr. Charles Whitehead.
Give it up for Josh Jackson one more time, please. Last year, there was a Hammond organ sitting over there, and it was an instrument that we rented from a friend of mine. But this year, I actually bought an instrument that I found in a funeral home in Hico, Texas. So you have to realize that these instruments stopped production in the early 70s. So they're floating around out there. But the sound of the instrument is important in multiple genres. And it's so important, in fact, that all electronic keyboards have a Hammond organ patch. But much like pianos in keyboards, there's nothing quite like the real thing. It's just not very portable. So anyway, I'm going to play for you a set on this Hammond C3 organ and Leslie speaker, beginning with a song by the Canadian-American group that simply were called The Band. And this song is called Christmas Must Be Tonight. I'll follow that up with My Favorite Things from The Sound of Music, and then conclude with an old gospel song, Jesus, What a Wonderful Child. you so much.
Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
Hang all the mistletoe. I'm gonna get to know you better this Christmas. And as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together this Christmas. The fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night. And this Christmas, it will be a very special Christmas for me, yeah. Hey, Wyatt, why don't you come out and play some keys for me? 14-year-old Wyatt Kinney, y'all. Presents and cards are here. My world is full of cheer and you. This Christmas, and as I look around, your eyes outshine the town. Yes, they do. This Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright. And we're caroling through the night. And this Christmas, it will be a very special Christmas for me, yeah. And this Christmas, it will be a very special Christmas for me, yeah. The fireside is blazing bright. Thank you. We're caroling through the night. And this Christmas, it will be a very special Christmas for me, And this Christmas, it will be a very special Christmas for me, yeah. Wyatt Kinney on the piano over here, y'all. That boy plays piano, he plays fiddle, he plays bass, he plays dobro, and he plays steel guitar. And he's 14. Yeah. That's just the beginning of what you're going to see from him. I have the privilege of working with Wyatt, and I also have the privilege of working with students at Friendship High School in a music production class with Amy Moss. And man, it is such a joy to hear the ideas, the musical ideas, but also the ideas about the world in their lyrics, in their songwriting. But I will tell you, this week I was in some one-on-ones with some students, and I heard so many things that just really made me sad
the way that they see the world around them, the life experiences that they've gone through that are just heartbreaking. It'll just mess you up. But they're looking at these things and they're not just, wrapping it in gift wrap and tying a bow on it and going, yep, I'm all good. I'm just going to act like everything's fine. They're being honest and they're being real. And I think if you and I were real about the way that the world is around us, then we could say, yeah, things are not the way that we would like them to be all the time, or sometimes even most of the time, maybe. And, thinking about the Christmas season and going, man, yeah, Jesus has already come. Why has he not put all these things back together yet? Well, the good news is he's going to. He said that he was going to come, and he did. And he said, I'm going to come back. And so we can count on him to do that too. And when he comes back, he's going to dwell among us. We're going to get to be with our King forever and ever. Things are going to be beautiful. Things are going to be good. Things are going to be the way that they were intended to be. I wrote a prayer reflecting on what Christmas means for right now, for what it meant in the past, and then what I hope it will be in the future. And that hope is not a wish, and it's not a plea, it's not a maybe. This is a sure thing, it's a lock. You can put your entire confidence into the hope that we have in Jesus Christ. This is a song called A Christmas Prayer.
Oh God, we see your servant Jesus. We hear him crying in the hay. The tears he cries are for the broken. He's come to show and light the way. More than all I think I need, far beyond my wildest dreams. Sustain us as we pray in the depths of labor pains. God, finish what you started. The blind are seeing transformation. The mute are speaking prophecy. Emmanuel, establish your new kingdom. Oh Spirit, may it start in me. More than all I think I need, far beyond my wildest dreams. Sustain us as we pray in the depths of labor pains. God, finish what you started. One day soon the night will pass. Our God will dwell with us at last. You'll finish what you started. And every sorrow, every fear will blur and fade when you appear. You'll finish what you started. Emmanuel, you'll finish what you started. More than all I think I need, far beyond my wildest dreams. Oh, sustain us as we pray in the depths of labor pains. God, finish what you started. Emmanuel, finish what you started. Oh, finish what you started.
My name is Wyatt Kenny, and I'm from Estacado, Texas. I currently play on the worship team during Sunday morning. This will be the first Keyboards of Christmas that I play at, but I have been to the last two of them.
One of my favorite things that we have done together was Piano Puzzler last year. All three of us really got into it, and all three of us had a really fun time trying to figure out what the other guys had come up with.
The Rock and Roll Christmas, the last year that we did it so far, when we had Charles on one piano, I was on another piano, Josh was on a keyboard, and then coming down the center aisle was our good friend Adam Gallegos playing on a keyboard. I really have always tried to expand the idea of Keyboards at Christmas into something that people could like really see up close and personal, and I think that was the best we've done at that so far.
Last year when they started off with Top Gun, that was awesome.
My favorite Keyboard at Christmas moment really is not a musical one. It's really when I come into the church and I see how everything is set up, and it really puts me in a mood where I get excited inside and nervous. You know, whoever was responsible for making the church look like it is, and just how good the people behind the scenes are doing all the technical work, it makes me excited about playing. And I think that's a highlight for me, a real highlight every year.
The joy that comes from benefiting from the presence of Jesus, the hope that comes from knowing that He's with us come what may, and being able to express that the best way that I personally know how, which is through the voice of a piano.
It's a time, you know, the year's coming to an end, and it's a time for, you know, just to have fun as a church, but also keep it centered on God.
It gives me a creative outlet that I don't experience any other time of the year.
It's a wonderful way to sort of focus our musical energies to promote that message at Christmas time.
The thing I hope most that people take away from Keyboards at Christmas is that the joy that comes from serving and following Jesus is not something that's contained inside of this nice and neat little box on December 24th and 25th or in the spring when we celebrate Easter, but that the truth of who Jesus is in our lives as individuals, it ought to rub off on the lives of those around us in unique and very interesting, creative ways. And so it's a joy to get to share that this evening at Keyboards at Christmas.
Hi, we wanted to thank you again so much for coming out tonight. One of the questions that that gets asked a lot by people who come here and are probably listening to these people for the very first time is, man, how do I listen to more of your stuff? So we wanted to take some time and showcase our artists a little bit. And so if you'll go ahead and throw that first graphic on the screen, if you would like to keep up with Mr. Johnny Keys, you can scan the QR code that's up there on the screen. It will link you to his Spotify, his Apple Music, his Instagram. He does some work on TikTok. He does some things like that. You can follow him everywhere. So please pull out your phones, scan that QR code if you want to see more of Johnny Keys. And then, if you would like to keep up with Charles, you can visit charleswhiteheadmusic.com or uplifttexasband.com. That's probably the easiest way to keep up with the things that he's doing, to listen to more of his content. He's, again, just a world-renowned musician, and so I'll give you an opportunity to write down those websites or take a picture of the screen. And then also, please, we really want to shout out Mr. Wyatt Kinney this evening, who has just been stellar. You can keep up with everything that he's doing. You can head over to his Facebook page, which is Wyatt Kinney. Search that on Facebook, and then on every streaming platform you can find, you'll find his stuff there. He is just an insanely talented young man, and we're really, really excited that he decided to join us tonight. As we continue, I will hand the stage back over to Charles and Johnny.
Thank you, Josh. We're here tonight, not for the music, but because we've got a message of good news of hope, good news of joy. And if you have a message of good news, like the one that we have, you can't contain it. You got to get it out. And we'd like to celebrate that with these next two songs. The old Doobie Brothers song, Taking It to the Streets, and the old gospel song, Go Tell It on the Mountain.
All right, guys, thank you again for coming out to the 10th edition of Keyboards at Christmas. It's crazy it's been going on
Hard
for
to
that
believe.
long. This will be our very last song of the night. But before we wrap things up, we need to say thank you to some folks. Will you please help us thank our wonderful tech staff, without whom this evening would not happen? Yeah, you can go ahead and clap for them. We really want to shout out all of our camera operators, our broadcast crew in the tower, the screen team, the audio and lighting engineers, and our producer, Ken Drawn. Woohoo! So,
I'd like to say a very special thank you to James Moss for putting all of the videos together for the evening, to Scott Farris at Amusement Park Studios for lending us the Fender Rhodes, to Al Harden, who I believe is here tonight, for tuning our two grand pianos so masterfully. I'm sorry, we just put them out. And also to Stephen Abbott for being with us those initial years of Keyboards at Christmas. Yeah, please give him a hand.
And finally, and certainly not the least of all, we want to thank you for taking time out of your busy Christmas plans to spend your evening with us. You've told us with your feet for 10 years now that our music means something to you, and you've allowed us into your Christmas traditions, and this is a responsibility that we don't take lightly because it's a gift. It's a gift that many artists are never given, so we really want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for that. You guys are awesome. Yeah. Yeah, you can, yeah, let's clap for that. Now, there's one other thing that we'd like to thank you for, but we can't do it yet because you haven't done it yet. When we get done with this thing, if you're an able-bodied person, and especially like you college guys, and you want to like show off how strong you are, we need help getting this beast of an organ off stage. We need help getting this piano off stage. We need help getting the Rhodes off stage. So you could help us with that, and then I will tell you thank you. So, but not until then. We have one last song we're going to play. This is a routine that we've done many, many times. You've asked for it the last few years. Charles and I said no. We said it's year 10. I said, Charles, I think we probably ought to do it for them this time. And he said, you're right. So this is our rock and roll routine. Few new tricks up our sleeves this time. But yeah, here we go. One more song, Charles. Are you ready? Let's do it. You guys rock. Thanks so much for coming. Merry Christmas. We'll see you Christmas Eve, December 24th at 5 p.m., same place. And if you want to stick around, show off how big and strong you are, come meet me up at the front of the stage. Don't do it without me telling you what to do. Merry Christmas.